Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another weekly edition of Timeout Talks with Ben and Josh, streaming on the one and only Kirk Minahan Show Network, which is brought to you by the platforms of Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and of course, Rumble. Twitter, temporary down right now, but we'll get back on Twitter. We'll keep you posted on that. But Timeout Talks is brought to you by Chasing Those Custom T-shirts and accessories, the Ice Shaker, Make It Mac, and of course, we are proudly a part of the Kirk Minahan Show Network. I'm Josh, alongside Ben here. We've got some hostage take Curtis ready to go. Another great night.
He's in here early.
Another great show in here early, Ben. Fired up about that. We've got the Patriots stink again. Grabbing the popcorn. You're going to keep that popcorn ready. A little bit later in the show, we'll be talking some Patriots records, Steelers records, Cowboys records. I know you guys have been waiting for a while for our takes on those, so of course we'll get you to those. But without further ado, we can get James on to talk some wrestling at some point. Not this week, sadly, but hey, if you got any wrestling questions, I'm here for you, hostage. But other than that, let's get us going. Let's talk UFC 305. Pretty good card, Ben. Top heavy. I mean, the last 2 to 3 fights were the best fights on the card. Dricus, my guy, proving everybody wrong or proving me right. Couple people right. Just unbelievable. Gas tank like you wouldn't believe. Another huge win to that resume, beating Whitaker, taking down Strickland, beating Adesanya in a really good, well-deserved and well-respected fight. Dricus on top of the mountain. And Ben, is anybody going to take him off that mountain?
I don't think right now, Josh. I think right now he's riding high. He's one of the best. He's one of the best out there. Took down one of the best to ever do it. And but I mean, you were talking a little before the show. I didn't even think about this one, but I mean, Hazmat Shmaev. That's an interesting little one right there that you threw at me. I didn't even think of that. We were looking at a little 308 stuff. That's the next stacked UFC card. UFC 308. He's on that one fighting Robert Whitaker. That could be another little title challenger for him. That could be an interesting matchup. But I think Dricus right now, Josh, is just too good. You know, he's what he said right there. Josh is coming back. Don't worry.
I'm back. I'm here.
He's back. He's back. Everybody was worrying, but no, I think Dricus. Everybody was worrying, worrying over there, but no, just I summed up, Josh. I mean, Dricus is like I mentioned the Hazmat Shmaev possible match. We'll get the buffers out. We'll get the buffers.
We'll get the buffers out. Yeah,
that's why we started UFC.
That's why we started UFC. I mean, Dricus, as Ben was saying, I mean, this guy has got a gas tank like you wouldn't believe. You think he wears out. I thought at some points Adesanya was going to knock him out. Great fight, well-respected fight. But Dricus just keeps coming back. It's every punch is like 100 miles an hour, like James said. I mean, this guy, top of the mountain, and I don't think Strickland, that's looking like the next fight. I know you kind of alluded on it a little bit. Kind of weird getting the AI thing there from Ben. We'll try to see if we can.
Right. We'll try to get next.
We'll try to get it back. Good? Little robot-y. Maybe quick refresh on the browser. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, Shmaev could be down the line for Dricus. I think that's one of those guys. Huge matchup. Whitaker and Shmaev. The winner of that most likely going to Most likely going to face the winner of Dricus and Sean Strickland. That rematch, which a lot of people thinking Dricus was seconds away from losing. Some people thinking Strickland got snubbed. So that'll be an interesting fight to come. We've got Ben back in here. But yeah, I think Shmaev is the one guy that Dricus doesn't want to see, and that's if Shmaev can even get in the ring. I know he's got out of the ring issues, but I think he's the only guy who can really take out Dricus right now. He's throwing 100 miles an hour. He looks great. I know he was almost gassed, but his repertoire and his resume, Ben, is only getting better and better, and this is the peak of Dricus right now. It's not going to hold the title forever, but great fight. I mean, I thought he was going to gas out. Just great ground control against Izzy. Izzy having great defense earlier in the fight, earlier rounds. He just does his thing, Ben. I mean, that's pretty much all I got. I mean, 305 is pretty good. 308, me and Ben talking before the show, is probably the next biggest card. I know 306 having Merab, O'Malley. That's going to be at the Sphere, but interesting pass for both fighters. We'll see what's next for Israel Adesanya, but Dricus, my man, keep winning.
Yeah, Dreykus. As you kept mentioning, Josh, there we go. That sounded good.
Ben back.
There we go. We're sounding good. But Josh, as you mentioned too, you were backing this guy. I've been backing him too since the Whitaker days. Me and Josh have been saying this guy's legit, and he's been proving us right. He got his. I guess there was a little problem with his septum. He wasn't being able to breathe through his nose properly. He got that fixed before the Whitaker fight, and you've seen the results pay off. He's just been, as Josh mentioned, the gas tank has been unreal. And, that was sort of Izzy's problem, against Strickland. Strickland just kept going and going, and that's how you beat Izzy. Izzy's one of the most technical and sound fighters of all time, but you got to just literally lunge yourself in this picture. I mean, like you saw, Dreykus was just lunging after him. He was tired. He was getting picked apart, and you just got to be able to keep wearing on Izzy and just not give up. And he did, and Izzy made a mistake, and you got to capitalize on that. So guys like that, Strickland, that's why I'm intrigued. Maybe Sean Strickland, Dreykus too. That'd be a nice little interesting one. And Josh, me and Josh were talking before the show. Maybe the winner of the Whitaker Hazmat. I call him Hazmat. I like that. Shmaev. I'm going to keep calling him Hazmat. I like that. He fights that one. I mean, that'd be an interesting one. Winner gets obviously winner of Strickland Dreykus. So that'd be a little interesting one. And for Izzy, Izzy's a legend.
I like that.
Like he was talking. So yeah, exactly. Yeah. I have a little speed problem with that. But no, obviously, I like that. I like that from Mikey. I like that one from Mikey right there. But for Izzy, I think he's already cemented himself, Josh. So any of these fights, it's probably just going to be something to help out the bank a little more. Or I mean, he looked good. But I just think he's just a little too old right now. And sometimes, this fighting sport passes you. The age catches up to you. And I think unfortunately caught up with him. But he still can fight. I think he's still going to be in some great fights. I just don't think it's going to be for the title anymore, Josh.
Hey, at some point, and Dreykus is going to have his. It's one of those things where you're at the peak and then you just drop. And you look at Volk. I mean, you love Volk. I don't want to take too much time because we got a lot. But Volk, we're big fans. Ben put me on Volk. He was up here, he was up high, and then you just go down. It happens. Some guys retire undefeated, and very rarely, but it's happened. Maybe Islam will be the next to follow under Habib, but again, it's so hard to sustain it. And I mean, Israel Adesanya. You heard Dreykus. You heard, I think it was Daniel Cormier. It was, just absolute legend of his class. I mean, the last one to really give Alex Pereira run at the title. So. Great fight, Ben, as you mentioned. And I'm ready to see. Is Shmaev, is Hazmat, as you call him, is he finally going to actually step into the ring? Is the out of the ring bullshit, as you might excuse my French, going to stop? I mean, it's a big fight for him and Whitaker. But yeah, we'll get to those a little bit later. The comments are just flowing in here. I just want to throw this one out here. You're not going to get me. You got me with one. You got me with a couple.
We see you, Mike. Yeah, we see you.
I'm not happy for Dak right now. I mean, we're going to get to that, but I'm not happy because he's telling us a bunch of different things and not delivering on it. I heard they're close to a contract. I just want to pay one guy. We'll get to that a little bit later. But we're going to start first here. We're going to start because I know
who's he starting with?
Patriots Sting coming in, and yeah, whoa. I mean, this just, I don't know what he was saying whoa to, but I think it was Ben talking fast. We're going to start with your team. We're going to start with your New England Patriots. We'll get the fun jazz out of the way, and I'm gonna decipher it over to Ben here.
This is easy.
I mean, this Patriots. Ben? What do you think?
I mean, for the Patriots, Josh, this one is pretty easy. The schedule, it's not going to be good. I know Patriots Stink kind of just summed it up right there with his name. This record this season's not going to be good. It's just about building blocks with them, Josh. And, you're looking at this schedule, it's not helping either. Not as tough as the Steelers schedule, Josh. Not as tough as them, but I don't think this schedule's doing them any favors. Listen, that's why Patriots Stink again. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I mean, yeah, you're not beating the Bengals. I was being generous with this Seahawks one. We can get into more of the sort of crazy games maybe you guys want to call me out on, but I was being generous, with that one at home. I believe they can take that one at home. I just want to double check that at home. Listen, I believe the Patriots can take that one against the Seahawks. Seahawks going to come back down to earth a little, but then Jets, Niners, Dolphins, Texans, Jags in London. Josh, they're not winning any of these games. Especially, I think the right move is starting percent. Obviously, you don't want to kill May with this offensive line that just has been abysmal. got embarrassed in that Eagles practice. So none of these games are going to be winning, especially that Niners one. And like I said, you're going to end with the Jags and Wembley. You're not winning that. So, but it gets a little better. You always split with the Jets. Even with Aaron Rodgers, I think the Jets, they're going to be a lot better, but the Jets are the Jets, and the Patriots going to find a way to split with them. Patriots coaching staff isn't that bad. I think Mayo's he's on his way to being a good coach, but I think they're going to find a way to get that done. Tight ends, they stink too, so I think they'll get a nice win on that. It's a little rough. This one I know might cause a little debate. The Bears, I got them losing against the Bears. I think the Bears are going to be all right. Romeo Duse is looking pretty good in camp so far, and obviously, you get what you're getting with DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, those weapons. DeAndre Swift, so any of those guys to help out the rookie quarterback, Caleb Williams, is going to be a plus. I don't think they're going to win that one. Rams, Dolphins, Josh lost. Colts, I'll give that W. I'll give them a W on that one. That's a nice, easy one for them. The Colts, they're still thinking about Deflategate. But yeah, this is another one debatable, Josh, too. This Cardinals one I could be debated on. I could be maybe persuaded in that, but I think that offense is going to be a little more explosive than people think. So I think the Patriots aren't going to be able to compete with that. And yeah, Bills, Chargers, and Bills again. I don't know. They kind of got screwed with that Bills matchup, Josh. I kind of feel for the Patriots fans on that one. That's going to be a dire time for the Bills, for playoff pushes, obviously. So the Bills are going to need those games. I don't see them getting. Sorry, Patriots fans, but 4-13.
4-13 for Ben. I mean, we don't know. Is this guy going to start or is this guy going to start? I mean, it's kind of a carousel
Hopefully
right now.
Hopefully it's Brissett.
And a lot of
Hopefully
Ben wanted Brissett.
Those guys stink right now, Josh. Those guys stink, that offensive line. I mean, Jimmy's trying to tell me some of these younger guys. I don't know. It's just there's been nothing good out of camp. And trust me, hey, I don't have much better offensive line either. We were just getting harassed by the Bills, but we're just a little better. I believe. So I can feel for you guys in that one, but Josh, it's not going to be good.
I just want to throw this one out here. I'm going to start.
I saw Dylan's too. I saw Dylan he's got them 3-15.
That's Rob.
Was that Rob? Was that Rob? Oh, sorry.
Steelers. We're going to get Steelers after.
17. There we go, Rob. Yeah, sorry, I was a little confused on that one.
No, you're good. So this is similar to Ben on the road against the Bengals. Tough one. Joe Burrow. They're gonna lose that one. They get the win against Seattle at home. I think New England. They're feeling good. New quarterback Drake May might be starting by that point. I'm just gonna go off that. I know Gerard Mayo's kind of left it open, but this is where the lull happens. Tough stretch here. Trust me, as a Cowboys fan, I know we got a tough stretch midway through the season as well. But Jets on the road, 49ers on the road, which are arguably the best team on paper, coming off a Super Bowl loss. I know the Chiefs, but whatever. They lose that one. They drop their first home game against the Dolphins because they just don't match up well with the Dolphins. I'm not loving the Patriots defense. They drop that. I think the Texans are just emerging, so they run into a tough one with that. But then they get the wheels going. This is what happens in New England. We feel good. Not we, but everybody's we, meaning the fans. They feel good. They rattle off a couple wins, beating, a shaky Trevor Lawrence. Then they go back home, beat Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, who I'm not in love with, but I had to be fair. They split. The Jets finally with Aaron Rodgers. I think they'll be able to take a couple games there, but I digress. Then they play the Titans, shaky team. Again, I know they made a couple splashes in free agency, but that doesn't really tickle my fancy. Then they go on the road. Caleb Williams, tough atmosphere. I don't know who's at quarterback, but again, rookie quarterback's going to have a hard time. I think this will probably be the time in the year where we're seeing Caleb Williams excel. He's going to be gunning for that rookie of the year. Great offense there. Tough hit. Then the Rams. This was a game Ben had them losing. I think that they can win at home. The Rams, I mean, come on, dude. Matt Stafford. I think at some point we talked about those peaks. We talked about those declines. It's going to be around that time. Then they lose to the Dolphins. Dolphins sweep them. Whether they're home, whether they're on the road, it's not going to happen. Colts, they get the win. They own Jeff's Colts and Jose's Colts. I'm sorry about that. Bye week. They can gather their thoughts, come back. They get a win against the Cardinals, team I'm not in love with. Maybe some injuries happen for the Cardinals at that point. And then they finish off with a loss, and a loss.
There we go.
I know Ben thinking, I'm pretty sure he had them beating the Chargers. Some people thinking that could be one of the games that they do win, considering the fact that they own the Chargers. That's not going to be the case this time, Ben. As James said himself, they are a gritty team to be this year, the Chargers. I think they're going to be a tough team. And hostage Curtis, if the Patriots win 7, the Cowboys will go undefeated all the way to the Super Bowl. So, I mean, I think the over and under is 4, but hey, I had to switch it up. You know me. James coming in here quick, 6-11. He didn't go down the line of all the games, but hey, as we do every year, I had to throw James's predictions in there. But Ben,
6-11.
Too high for Ben. Ben's got them 4 wins. I mean, and I know a lot of the comments not loving it, not loving these. Rob, not happy. He's saying, dude tickles my fancy. Hey, Rob, that's how that went in there for you.
That was a pretty good line. I like that line, to be honest. I don't know. And scary that Rob's on all the platforms just throwing all this stuff out there. There we go, Aaron. Shout out Aaron for that one. I'll stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. But, yeah, no, I think it's just – and I had him losing against the Chargers too, Josh. Don't worry. I had him losing. I don't think they'll win that Chargers game. I had him losing 4 straight. I got him.
Oh, that's right.
I'm losing 4 straight out there. You were pretty generous with that Cardinals one. And like I said, I think they just own the Colts. So they own the Colts, they'll get that one. But Cardinals and Bears are a little toss-up for me. They might get that one. That's a 50-50, as you mentioned, depending on who's quarterback, Brissett. Are we throwing May in there? Has he shown any promise? There we go. Wait, listen. The glasses are cool look. Glasses are cool look, Rob. Don't be jealous. Just go save those houses. Go save those burning down houses. Keep us safe out there. Little firefighter Rob. But shout out Rob. Keep tuning in. But the Steelers are not going 0-17 either. Yeah, let's see what Rob's team is. That's always a good little fun trend for the season. But Patriots, it's like you said like what Jimmy said. It's all about the building blocks.
And this is not. Yeah. I know we haven't got to them yet. This is not going to happen. I mean, it's just not going to happen. I'm gonna kind of flaunt a little bit and get excited because it's just not going to happen.
No,
the chances that they even finish better than the Steelers are pretty low.
Hush has been pretty good tonight.
Yeah, about the same.
Just
throwing that out there, but yeah.
It's a little tease. Yeah, no. Listen, Hostage, you've been right so far tonight, but I don't know about that one. You're right about the ice. I think the price of ice is a little more than the win total for the Patriots. I don't know if that's I don't really know what is everyone coming after ice for. I didn't know ice was pretty high right now, but there we go, Rob. Let's all just keep trolling Rob there. But Patriots fans, you got Drake May at least. You got Drake May. Don't throw him out there. Don't get killed. Just get some building pieces. Get a nice pick next year. Draft an offensive lineman, and let's go from there. And you can sit out a season. You had 20 seasons. You guys had it all for a little while. You can be like the rest of us.
Ben, what do? We do Cowboys next, or we do Steelers? For either of our teams, I'll have the person of the favorite team go first. Just keep it interesting. So we doing Cowboys? We going Steelers?
I want to go Cowboys.
Want to go Cowboys first? All right. I'm gonna
save the Steelers for last. Let's go.
I'm gonna lead us in here. Interesting year. We've got a couple trolls coming in the comments.
This is why
we've had. Where is it? Where are we here? I think it was Mikey Grab. Oh no, Mikey Grab Bags. I'm sorry there, Mikey. Michael Montanti. It's happy for Dak. The money back and forth. I mean, these two guys need to get, or one of them needs to get paid. Excuse me. The other one, let's let them roll out the year. See what happens. But these two running the show, the expectations not super, super, super high. This defense, stud defense, I will say. But here we go. Without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to go game by game. I got us going 10-7, just to kind of throw that one out there. I think they've got a tough lull of schedule here. But hey, they start off with a loss. Usually, and this is a fact, every time the Cowboys start off with a loss within the last 15 years, I believe, or 10 years. I got to fact check, but it's either 10 or 15 years. Whenever they start the season off with a loss, they make it to the playoffs. I think that streak is going to continue this season. And I also just want to say, I think the Eagles are kind of the team to beat in that division. I'm not going to hide. I'm not going to run away from that. I'll even put the camera on me. The Eagles are the team in that division. On paper right now, hey, I might not like it, but I just want to throw that one out there. moving forward, they're going to get a win against Zach Saints at home. Finally get the ball rolling here. Then they lose. Ravens, MVP Lamar Jackson. I see it right now. The Cowboys defense has fits. He matches up very well with us. Zay Flowers kills us. It's just, I can see it right now. Mark Andrews gives us a headache. Yada, yada, yada. 1-2 at this point. Then we rattle off a couple wins. Beat the Giants on the road. Feel good about it. And we beat Ben Steelers. I think we're the better team. We go into Pittsburgh knowing kind of floating around 500 at this point, excuse me. They need a big win. They get it. Then they lose at home in a revenge game. Mom, otherwise known as Kindred. I couldn't agree with you anymore, but this, in terms of real life stinking, they're not going to actually stink. But this is going to be a revenge game. Week 6, Sunday, 4:25 on Fox. Wouldn't be surprised if Tom Brady's on that one. The Lions are going to come in and get revenge. I believe they're going to have this one circled. Tough game for Dallas. Rolling into the bye week. Guess who they're going to play? Their kryptonite, the friggin' San Francisco 49ers on Sunday Night Football. Whenever we play them on Sunday Night Football, it's just disasters, terrors. It's just, you got to be realistic. I think they lose that one. Then we're going to rattle off a couple wins here. I like the Falcons hype, but they're going to beat a team that they're going to beat good teams this year. I know everybody hates Dallas. That's the typical thing. Whether they go 9-8, 10-7, they're going to beat good teams. They get a win against the Falcons on the road. We like to play in domes. We're going to split with the Eagles, so we get a win there. Lose against the Texans. I think the Texans are the better Texas team. Got to be honest there. Going into the season. Lose on the road against Ben's Commanders. I will say that. Tough atmosphere. I think at this point in the year, we're going to see the rookies start to excel. Jaden Daniels has a good season. I think he'll be pretty good. I think he can muster maybe 9 to 8 wins. I do think we'll be better than the Commanders, but lose that game. Sweep the Giants again for, I think, 6 or 7 years in a row. Beat the Bengals. People forget last time. Trayvon Diggs made a game-saving play. Cooper Rush was the quarterback. We beat the Bengals. We're going to do it again. Rolling into the Panthers again. I think we just kind of handle business there on the road again. Not worried about that. Should win that one. Should be kind of a pick-me-up game rolling in. And the Bucs at home, Sunday Night Football, right before Christmas. I think the Cowboys get me a Christmas present win. And then the end of the season here, loss on the road against the Eagles, which could decide the division at that point, week 17, second to last week of the season. And then they roll off at home. Finally, Ben, they have a home freaking game to end their season. They're going to get the win against the Commanders. I think 10-7, hovering potentially around 9-8. I said they're going to be 9-8 last year. They went 12-5 again. It's been 3 years in a row. I don't think they're going to meet those expectations this year. Got a lot of contract negotiations looming. Tough mid-stretch there of the schedule. Got to be realistic. I'll say they go 10-7 with that roster. If they don't go 10-7 or less, or higher, excuse me, you're going to see a pretty pissed off Josh come next football season. So 10-7, that's for me. I'm going to let Ben go last. And James said 11-6 for my Dallas Cowboys. A little higher than me. Game higher than me. I was a little impressed by that. A little surprised. Hopefully they can get to 11-6. They get to 11-6 this year, I'll be satisfied and suffice. But knowing my Dallas Cowboys, they always find a way to win it. And I don't know, is Ben okay? Is he happy? Oh, Ben, I don't even know what's been going on with him. I literally didn't even notice that for a while. We're gonna kick Ben. We'll get him back here. We'll see what's going on for him. So Ben, right back in here. Quick little broadcasting thing. James, I love it. James, 11-6. You came in here. You said the Dallas Cowboys are going to go, where is it? 11-6. So I'll give you that one. And guess what? I don't hate it. I think 10-6 is kind of their range of wins there. And these two have to get paid. One of them has to get paid. The other one should take a pay cut, and that's the guy on the left, Dak Prescott. Your endorsements, up the yin-yang. You said money doesn't count. Pull the Tom Brady. Do the right thing. Take a uploaded contract or a backloaded. I don't care how it's done. If we can keep CeeDee Lamb, Dak, and Micah Parsons around, I think we'll be pretty good. But other than that, we're gonna run into speed bumps with this guy as your head coach. And it's, letting a couple guys go. Gilmore gone, offensive lineman gone, although Tyler Guyton's been great. We're going to hit our speed bumps. We're going to hit our lulls, and there's not much I can do about it. That's just kind of how the cookie crumbles. We're still waiting for Ben. We'll get you Ben's Cowboys schedule predictions here, but we're going to keep rolling. We're going to roll with, I believe, my prediction for the Pittsburgh Steelers here. Ben's not going to be happy when he rejoins this, but this is finally going to be the season in Mike Tomlin, almost calling him Michael, in Mike Tomlin's tenure where the Pittsburgh Steelers finish under 500. And here we go. I'm going to walk you through it. Week 1 here, they're going to take a loss against the Falcons team. I know I said my Cowboys are going to beat them, but Steelers don't always win in week 1. I know they've had their issues. They've been stunned. They've also gotten some pretty good wins in week 1. That's not going to be the case this year. They're going to lose on the road. They're going to win on the road after that. Tough game, though. I could see that going either way. I could see that being a trap game for the Steelers early in the season against the Broncos. Could be a tough one. Bo Nix looking decent. Mile high. Could be a tough atmosphere, but they're going to get the win. Then they roll off to get the loss against the Chargers, win on the road against the Colts, loss against the Cowboys, win against the Raiders. I mean, Raiders, one of the worst teams in the league. They just named Gardner Minshew as the starter. I think that's fine. He's a bridge year guy, but whether it's him or Aiden O'Connell, they're not going to get more than 4 wins. So I'm not, running around in joy for the Raiders. I think Steelers can go into Las Vegas and get that. They're going to get a loss at home against Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. I got to be realistic. I see the Jets going about 9-8. They're going to get some wins. And guess what? They're going to go on the road, Sunday Night Football, beat the Steelers. Steelers get a win against the Giants, head into their bye week, win against my Commanders on the road. They're going to have that feel-good win, tough win. I think they get that one. This is where it gets tough for the Steelers. This is where it's been win-loss. Coming up to this patch here, they're going to lose against the Ravens at home, lose on the road against a tough, gritty Browns team, lose on the road against the Bengals, win at home against the Browns. I think they split there. Lose on the road to the Eagles, lose on the road to the Ravens, lose at home to the Chiefs, and win at home against the Bengals, splitting with both the Browns and the Bengals. But again, I'm going to hand it over to Ben, but Pittsburgh Steelers, I think you can make the argument here. They are arguably the worst in their division. They still got to figure out the quarterback issue. Who's going to be under center, Ben? I don't know who it's going to be. This guy on the left at some point's got to finish under 500. I think this part of their team is going to carry them as they always do, but I think the carry and the load is just going to be too much to ask for. I have the Pittsburgh Steelers going 7-10, finally finishing under 500, and I'm just going to throw this one out here. James's prediction also 7-10, so it's pretty identical between me and James. Just want to throw that one out there. Get to a couple comments. Kindreth, she agrees. Steelers only get 2 division wins. Maybe Rob. I mean, it's going to be a tough year for the Steelers. Could arguably be the worst in their division. But Ben, I'll turn it over to you for the Cowboys and the Steelers predictions.
Yeah, hopefully I'm all right now, Josh. I don't think I am, but we'll keep it going right now. Am I sounding robot-y, or so we got the robot?
He sounds pretty good. Just a little lag.
That's fine.
Hey,
that's fine.
Yeah. We'll punch through.
Just a little lag. I'll start with the Cowboys. You want to start with the Cowboys?
Let's do it.
I'll get this one out the way. I know I missed on that one, but yeah, I start off. Listen, we're going 7-10. Cowboys, not where. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Josh, Cowboys. Gonna lose to the Browns right there. Listen, 7-10. This is gonna be a tough one. I have to stick with this prediction for my Commanders one, but I got them losing to the Browns. It's gonna be a tough one. You get a win against the Saints. That's gonna be good. But Ravens, you lose. Giants, I'll give you the win against the Steelers. You get a nice little back-to-back one here, but then you go on a little skid. Lions, 49ers, Falcons, I think are going to be surprisingly better, obviously, with that whole new regime over there, so you can't take them lightly. You get a win against the Eagles at home. That's good, but Texans, Commanders, like I said, watch out for them. Again, they're getting that division title this year. You get the Giants, nice easy win. Bengals loss. Panthers win. Bucks, listen, everyone's gonna beat the Panthers. Sorry, Ray, on that one, but I'm surprised they get the win against the Bucks right there. It's gonna be a little surprising win for everybody, but they're gonna end the season. It's gonna get them a little excited, but they're gonna end the season. Eagles lost, Commanders lost. Commanders seal that division win and division title for the Commanders, and get Ben's prediction right, Josh.
Wow. Quick one there. We're gonna get to Ben's.
Hopefully that was good. Hopefully that was good.
Hey, he's been feeling.
They understood it.
He's been feeling. They understood it. I could at the very least. He's been feeling those Commanders and down on the Cowboys all season. We'll get to more debates as the weeks go on and as they progress. And hey, we don't even have our number one wide receiver out there right now, so that 7-10 might be looking to Ben's point here. But oh boy.
There's a lot of W's.
Walk us through here. A lot of W's for his Steelers.
A lot of W's here. There was a little the top half of the schedule, just where we have to get it done, because the bottom half is the toughest schedule in the league. But if I'm really looking at it, listen, I think we get that win against the Falcons. We're going to shock everybody with that one. I know I just said the Falcons are pretty good, but they're going to be still figuring out things week one, and we're going to take advantage of that. And Broncos, nice little revenge game. I think Russ is going to be starting, so nice little revenge on them. Chargers, I know we said we're going to be gritty and everything, and I keep backing up on my word, but the first home game, Chargers, has Herbert found his weapon yet? They're still figuring out that offense, how to operate without Eckler and Keenan Allen, so I think they're still going to be working out the gears over there. So I think we get a nice little win there. Colts win. That's why I gave it to you guys right there, Josh. I think we're going to come back down to earth right here, a little, and then we're going to take off. We're going to take off because we need these wins. We need these wins, as I mentioned. But, yeah, I don't want to give it to Cowboys. Listen, I think CD is going to give us a problem. But I think Raiders, easy one right there. Raiders, Jets, that's another toss-up. Listen, I got a couple toss-ups, so we could lose that one very easily. But at home, I think we win that one. Giants, easy. Nice little bye. Get ready for the Commanders. As I said, the Commanders going to be good, but give us that win. Give us that win against the Ravens. We always split with the Ravens. If not, we take two out. We take both games. So I'm going to be generous. Give that one. Hey, Nick said 5-1. That's that was pretty good. I think it's going to come back down to earth a little right here. I don't know why we have to play all the division games. Starting week 11 doesn't really make sense to me, Josh. I don't know why we sort of jam-packed all these ones right here. A little tough, but I digress. But we're going to lose at the Browns, lose at the Bengals. We're going to win the Browns. I'm not going to get totally swept by them. Never get totally swept by the Browns, but this is a really tough stretch, really tough Christmas stretch right here. Getting ready for the holidays. We're going to lose to the Eagles, lose to Ravens. Christmas Day is going to be rough. That's all right. I'm going to like to see them on Netflix. Everyone tune into Netflix for the Steelers Chiefs. And then we're going to lose against the Bengals. Joe Burrow's back. Jamar, we can't guard. Yeah, we can't cover anybody over there. He's going to tear us apart. So, nice Christmas Day, Josh. At least we're on Christmas Day. That'll be good. I like that. I like being on there. Get to watch him at 1 o'clock, but 10-7, I think we get a wild card.
Ben, high aspirations, tough division.
Everyone can say whatever they want.
Ben, hey, let's see. That's his bold take of the year. My Cowboys 7-10. We'll see. Hey, that'd be a pretty good draft pick. But no, I want to compete this year. Other than that,
I got to do it, Josh. Sorry, I got to do it for the Commanders division thing. I got to stick with my guns.
He's been big on those commits, saying they're going to win the division over the Eagles, which is very surprising. What do you got the Eagles going then? What do you got the Commanders and Eagles going? Eagles, I'm assuming 10-7 at the least.
Yeah, Eagles 10-7, 9-8. I was going to go maybe 9-8 over there. I think they take. Jalen Hurts doesn't even like Sirianni. We can dive into all that, as the season. Obviously, season's right around the corner, so we'll be talking. Our best topic for me and Josh both. Football's back, so we'll be going off of that. But they don't even like each other. So the Eagles have their own problems. Obviously, Dallas contract situations are a little worse than that, I think. But the Commanders are already appointing Jaden Daniels as their starter. I think that offense is going to look a lot better. That defense is going to be good under Dan Quinn. I see them going. I don't know. This is tough. Now you're throwing those ones at me. I'll say 11-6. Wow. 11-6. Eagles 10-7. Obviously, Cowboys 7-10. Yeah, and Giants stink. Giants got a nice defense, but other than that, nothing.
Tough day to be a Cowboys fan. If you're living under that magic 8 ball of Ben, we'll see what happens. Saying 7-10, Steelers go 10-7 for Ben, and Patriots 4-13. Me having the Cowboys 10-7, Steelers 7-10, and Patriots 7-10. A little generous, maybe rookie quarterback Drake May can find his magic hands, get a couple wins there for the Patriots.
Magic hands may.
Magic hands may. Hey, maybe get that going. Put it on a t-shirt for the merch there for your Timeout Talks comments there for Rob and Aaron. But just want to thank everybody for tuning in. Next week, we'll dive more into it. Next week, hey, fantasy football talk a little bit on the show. Maybe we'll break down some stuff for you guys. We'll obviously dive way more into the NFL. So we'll get you some more NFL stuff next week. Just want to thank everybody for tuning in. As always, dealing with us through the hiccups. And special shout out to Kirk for making this all happen. Shout out to John for producing it. Shout out to Justin as well. And special thank you to you guys. I'm going to leave it to Ben as always.
Yeah, special thanks to everyone putting this together, helping us out. We had a couple technical difficulties, but we always do. We always persevere. Hey, there's Jackson. Shout out Jackson right there. Get rid of Dak. It's a possibility. Possibility right there. Shout out everybody. Hey, shout out Rob too. That was a good one. It was a good one from him over there, but I'm going to end it with this. Go Brissett.